Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. I'm so glad to have you back checking out what I am up to. So in today's video, yep, I am bringing you a thrift haul. So I go thrifting almost every day here locally, and I do hit a couple little surrounding thrift stores in my area. So I'm so happy to get to share them with you, and I thank you for the the motivation to do any items in our thrift hauls that need to be made over. So you're definitely helping me keep organized, get things in the booth, and keep it just from sitting on the shelf, collecting dust, waiting to get done. So I thank you for that, because you all are giving me that boost that I need to get items done. So we're going to start right off with the thrift haul. Now, I don't know, as I'm glancing around, how much really needs to be made over in these, but I'm so happy to share them all with you. It's so funny because as I'm sitting and collecting them through the week, I don't get them out of the bags until I share them with you all. So it's almost like, oh yes, I remember finding this. So I'm so happy to share it with you. So right off the bat, I probably have told you the last few thrift hauls that pottery has been doing really well for me. So when I find it now, I am just absolutely picking it up. So let me share a few pieces with you that I found. So for $6.09, I found this fun little tray. The signature is over here. It's really hard to see, but definitely love that it was a handmade glazed piece. So for $6.09, yeah, and just a nice little display piece. So we'll see how this sells. I haven't really come across a piece like this. And then I came across this, which is a nice little bowl. Oh, there it is. There's this. It's so hard to see the signatures sometimes. Now this was at my community thrift that tags by stickers. So I think this was, I'm so bad at it, $2.99 I think is the one. I can never remember. I should take a picture for a cheat sheet so I know what they are, but I love that it had a lid, even if you don't use it, just for a display piece. I think it's super cute. I guess my husband thought maybe it was a tortilla warmer. What do you guys all think? But I thought it was a great price for resale. At the same community thrift, see now it's got a green tag. It was another signed piece of pottery. Look at the birds. I know this one won't last very long at all. So cute. So I think this means it was I really need to take I know none of it was over $5 by any means. So I definitely did pick up this little, I guess it would be like a little planter, but so cute. So absolutely love this. And then here was another, just a little cup. It is another signed piece. Now this one, I believe this one was the Salvation Army. So I think this one is 99 cents when they're not marked. I think, I don't know. So I'm really bad at, you buy multiple stuff and you don't even remember. So yeah, so then this one was another little, I just liked the colors of this, 99 cents. I just definitely thought I have some coordinating colors in the pottery of this. So this is probably more of a manufactured piece, but I did think it was really cute. Love those little green and that blue. That seems to be well liked right now. And then here was another, this one was $1.99 at the Salvation Army. And yeah, that was a little bit different because this one had some blue and some pink. Just because I'm not necessarily a pink person doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't like a handmade piece. Those are kind of cool, aren't they, with the little handles there? So it's that perfectly imperfect. Nope, they're not the same direction. That's the fun of pottery. Like I said, it's that perfectly imperfect. That's what gets me with pottery. Here was another pottery piece. Oh, this is a little bit harder to see. It was birds. It's just a little tray. This one was $4.29 at my Goodwill. So here's the signature on the back. I definitely thought this was just a nice piece. This would look nice on an easel so you could see the picture on it. Oh, I like that a lot. And now this is just a, I don't know what this says, but this was $1.99 at the Salvation Army, but I love that patina. I guess I'm into this little bluish color right now, so like it matches this little one, and I have other. So I had that cat in my last thrift haul that I shared with you that was this color, and it sold yeah, it sold already. I try to remember to tell you what sells if I think about it. So then this one, this guy, he was like, I think he's the Hear No Evil for 99 cents. I wish he had the other two, but I definitely thought he was just odd and unique enough to pick him up, even though he doesn't have the other two with him. So for 99 cents, I think somebody would love to have him as a shelf sitter. And I did find a piece of, I think this is ironstone too. I love that green on there. What a neat, I don't know what OES stands for, but this is definitely the shape that I collect. I don't collect any with color though, so I'll probably resell this one. So this one was $3.29. So definitely I know numbers are still in. People still like that. Has a number 1 on it. Stars sell well for me, so number, stars, and a little creamer. So yes. Okay, so now I have a glass paperweight cat. Oh my gosh. Now this one was $5.29, so I probably have to do more of the $12 to $14 range to resell it. But as soon as I put these in our booth, they're gone, so I don't hesitate. We'll see. I mean, usually about 12 and they'll sell. I don't know what the $14 range will do with them, but there's no chips, no cracks. It's a kitty cat, very unique, so definitely did not pass this up. Now this was $3.29. Now it's crackled. It's a little creamer. It's an amberish brown color. So we'll see. I never have picked that up, but you know when you just pick it up. So if your gut tells you, yep, just at least put it in the cart, and if it makes it to the checkout, I guess it was meant to be. So yes, definitely $3.29. I'd probably still only do 6, maybe 7 for the crackle. I myself wouldn't pay, $10, $12 for this little creamer, but we'll see what it does. So I've never really picked up crackle. Now I did pick up, now these were patina copper, so we'll see how they did, and I probably paid too much for them because they were $8.29 for the set. I only did because they do have a signature on the bottom, so they are stamped. So we'll see how they sell. Copper usually doesn't sell too well for me, but this is more a patinaed copper, so we will see how this sells. So. And then I grabbed this guy right off one of the carts that they brought out. Look at him. It's a monkey. It's a lamp. Yep, he does work. He just definitely needs a dust job. He does. He was $6.29. He has a $34 sticker on him, but unique little lamps like this. Usually I put like a $24 price tag on my lamps if I thrift them low enough. So I think I can get $24 out of them. I think somebody will just that uniqueness of him being a monkey and being a lamp. The last thrift haul too, I think I showed you the little candle. There was 3 squirrels that were supposed to hold a candle. Yep, he was gone. Just that little, as some of us would call quirkiness. Yeah, just people like stuff like that. Just conversation pieces. Now these guys, I could tell, were new out of the box. Why? Because it has styrofoam still on. So it is a set of bookends. So these were $10.29. I did Google Lens these, and they sell for about new $58. So I won't do anything to these. If they sit for a long time, I could see doing them black so they look more wrought iron. But at first, I'll just put them in the booth as is. So that's how, they're a resin, they're not metal. So Of course, I would have loved them to be metal, but yeah, so since they are new, I'm not gonna right off the bat do anything to them. If they sit too long, then you can bring them home and always repaint them. But these next two guys, oh my goodness, they are heavy wrought iron. So they were the set was only $3.99. They're already black, and I can't lift them both at the same time because I'm not so strong. So, but I think just a little bit of white wax or the rust patina on them will pop all these little details, because I'm having fun with that patina. So yes, what do you think? I did order some different rust patinas, so hopefully by the time you see this, I have, because I liked the green one that I've been using, the green blue one, but the rust on almost like on certain things, it doesn't really show up. So I really would like it to show up on black. So I ordered, I think it was Prima's, so we'll see how that one works. Those metal shelf sitters like that, all day long sell for us, all day long. So actually Chris was with me at the Salvation Army. He spied them first, which I was like, yay, yes, I love that. So here we go. Look at that cow clock. It is a cow clock. So this one was $6.29, and actually I should have did this off camera. Somebody had flipped these so that they were white, and then it wasn't working with my battery. I could hear that it wanted to, but the one was loose. The one little arm was loose. So I flipped it back around, and when I realized that they were black, I flipped it to the black because the white was very distracting from this beautiful cow. So yes, so yep, and it is moving, it works. Yep, don't forget to bring a battery with you so you know that it works. So apparently Daisy got this as a gift. So we'll see if I can get Daisy's with a little alcohol, if I can get her Sharpie off of there. But cow clock, yes. Okay. So Salvation Army, I also for $3.99 I picked up this little piece of wood. It has a big G on it, but I can sand that off, and I will. It's probably a, I don't know, Hobby Lobby piece, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so I definitely would just make this into a plain piece of wood cutting board. I wish I could find more cutting boards because they sell really fast when I redo them. So just a pop of wood in people's kitchens now, they definitely are still doing that, and they definitely love it. So anytime I can have just a plain piece of wood, I'm happy about. And then this was $4.29. I couldn't help myself. Look how beautiful that wood is. Oh my gosh. It's just a Target plate. So the hard thing about it is, like, do I put it on a riser? Do I leave it as is? Because risers really have slowed down selling right now. And unfortunately, I have a ton in the inventory. So I don't want to go crazy. So maybe I'll just try to sell the plate as is. Yeah, I couldn't pass up how pretty this wood was. So would you guys like, oh, look at how pretty that is? So if I had a place to display something on it, I'd probably keep it myself. So let's see. For $4.29, this is a rooster little gathering basket. It's got chicken wire on it. I didn't hesitate. I definitely will just paint this black, even though it's cute red. I am actually working on a piece of furniture that's gonna have red on it. So black usually always sells better for me. So, and then it's really shiny. So that's a hard decision. I probably because my son was with me when we were shopping, and he works at the antique mall, and I'm like, if I paint this black, it would sell fast, right? Yep, so no hesitation, let's do it as black. And then he also was with me when I saw this cute little guy on the end of the shelf. Look at that little bunny. So $2.29. Now they've raised prices. The $29 now is, yes, so it used to be like $2.09, now it's $2.29. Yep, there's the world. It is what it is. So Easter coming, I won't do anything to this sweet little. Yes, and he even thought, oh yeah, that will sell all day long. So if I didn't have 4 cats, I would probably set it someplace for Easter, but yeah, they would be like, okay, thank you for the temptation. Now at the community thrift, I did also find this. Now I know this one was 99 cents, so the yellow tag was 99 cents. Look at this beast. So I actually need to bring some of my rolling pins home because the ones that are plain that don't have colored is all I have left. So apparently people would like some color on the handles. So yeah, so I'll definitely paint this up. Probably when I remember to grab some rolling pins and bring them home and paint the handles up. It's always remembering to do stuff like that. So yeah, that's an easy red, black, brown, green, whatever your favorite color is. And then also at the community thrift, these were a blue tag. So I think $3.99, I don't know. But look at, they were metal rounds. Oh my goodness. Yep, beautiful. I probably would just use these as display pieces. Patina them up. Yes, they're just gorgeous. Two of them. Oh my goodness. Now I have little cubbies that I show stuff off in our one booth that are like nesting boxes, like chicken nesting boxes, and I like to pop something behind there, behind like the things I said in the little cubbies so that they stick out. So these would be the perfect size if they're not too tall. I know that my top ones are taller, so we would see, but I definitely would give them a little bit of patina. I thought they were a neat find. Let's see. So these were $3.29, these bag of tulips. And we're coming into the season, so a perfect time for the bunny. They're wood. Oh my gosh. How sweet is that? Especially when they're not crushable. So yes. Yep, I definitely am excited about that for the spring. Yeah, wood. I don't know anything about them. Just, oh, absolutely gorgeous. And we'll see how it goes this year because I had to redo all my gardens and we finally got a fence put up, so maybe I'll have tulips because the deer in our area eat all my tulips. So I'm glad that I plant tulip bulbs just for the deer to eat. So hopefully with our new fence that they can't get in to eat my tulips. So yeah, okay. So here we go. Oh, look at this. So if this is a watercolor, somebody's, I'm trying to get it out of the ring light. There, maybe. There you go. So look at that detail. And it was a gift from Kitty to somebody. Aw, so in 2009, I won't do anything to this piece. Even right off the bat, I knew somebody would say, oh, this looks like my kitty. And the lady checked me out at Goodwill says, look at, this looks just like my kitty, and showed it to me on her phone. I love that, yes. So hand-drawn watercolors, my talents do not lie in drawing at all. So I am just always amazed with it. And I don't think anybody cares that it has a signature. Or actually, they will probably like that it's signed. Now, for $2.29, it's a bag of little black and white stuffed animals. I know. Well, you know, people shop with their kids in the antique mall, so put a couple bucks on these in your booth. Some little kid will be like entertained by this while they're shopping, and then it fits into my theme of my black and white. So look, a little elephant. So at first I thought maybe they were cut off by the mobile, in like a mobile, you know, that would go above the kid's head. But nope, they were just little stuffed animals. So yep, I did pick them up. I thought they were, oh, maybe they were cut off by a mobile. Look at that, they do have a little string. But why not? Why not, for a couple bucks, entertain a kid while they're shopping in the antique mall? This is not terribly old, but the Salvation Army did have this little bitty handheld Bible, so I thought I would pick it up. It matches. It's not as old as I'd like, but it's that black collection. I like the little size of it. I like the red on it. A lot of my Bibles do have the red. Yeah, so did not pass that up. Grab that. The Salvation Army gives their Bibles. You can take one Bible and they don't charge you for them. I always forget that because I really would just like to pay for it, but that's very nice of them. And then they also have a whole bunch of books at that Salvation Army. So I do gather up older books. I like to use them, and maybe people are doing the same thing with me with risers. They're using books more as risers. I love the patina of the pages. I'm geared towards black. I don't look at the title. I'm just using, now this one, they're $1, and the tan tags were 50% off that day, so this made that 50 cents. And then I got this one, so this was $1 also, or $1.09. Yeah, I think they're $1. And so this was just another older, I like that green actually on that one. This is well loved. I like them even more that they're well loved. Look at this cool little patinaed paper that was in there. So yeah, I usually do like a 3-book stack, sell it for $12. Bind it up with like jute, and yeah, it's $12. I have no problem selling. Now this one, I have to figure out what to do with this one. Now this one caught my eye because anyway, so this one caught my eye because of how old it looked. So look at those pages. It's not normally my color, but when Chris was flipping through it, what was the age he found? 1942, so it has some good age to it. So yeah, not usually my color, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find more colors, so I probably maybe just keep this one in my own collection, or maybe if I could, yeah, maybe if I can find more of this color. But I definitely, yeah, that one would get priced differently just because of its age. We're winding down, so look at this guy. So $6.29. Now I am always drawn to owls. I definitely would love to make him look pottery. He's so shiny, but he's got no holes. And yes, can you see making him look pottery? I would have a lot of fun doing some patinas on him with some waxes. Oh, definitely. Now, he's glass, so we definitely need to spray paint him with a spray paint primer to definitely get your paint to stick. But oh, I like him a lot. Definitely liked him. Oh, look what I found. It was a crock. It was on the cart when I walked in. So this one was a $6.29. It has the lid. This is that ones that had the red. Now I've actually scrubbed the red off using Barkeeper's Friends, and maybe in the video, if I don't have a ton to show you, I'll show you how to do that, because I'll definitely keep it. I don't usually resell these. I'm not sure if I have any of this. You know, when it comes to Crocs, they're all different colors, and with that detailing, I don't know if I should put any kind of wording on him or leave him as is. I know people like wording, they really do, so we'll see what I get motivated for. Okay, so this one's a little bit bigger. This is a big clock. It's gonna pick up my ring. Oh, maybe if I show it over here. Look at this clock, 10.29, I think. Yeah, 10.29. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's plastic, unfortunately, but it's beautiful. How many people are gonna get on your wall and look to see if it is wood or plastic? And if they're doing that in your house, tell them to leave. So I love to have clocks like this to sell, and that's a good size one. I would probably sell that for like the $35, 45 maybe. Well, if it was wood, 45, definitely 35, and I still think that's a good profit. Okay, last thing is a very odd thing. Look at this. Oh, I don't even know if I can get it in here. There you go. Yes, it is a barnwood guitar. Beautifully made, beautifully made. Has an old leather strap on it, has nails. Oh my gosh, barbed wire for the strings. It was $4.29. Okay, so here's the story. I'm keeping this for myself. It's an odd find. The story is my son plays the guitar. And the other story is my father-in-law makes stuff out of barnwood. And I have an outhouse, and I have a garden little shed, and I have a little trough. So and a bird houses that all match this. So definitely with our new fence and getting to do some new gardening, and I know that all these will wear outside wonderfully. Yep, I just thought, you know, what a neat little piece to stick in your gardens. And it definitely, it's going to stay. It's a wonderful shape. So, okay, so that is it for the thrift haul. Let's get to the makeovers. So now that I have all my tags removed on the items that I'm going to be making over, yep, it's time to get these upcycled and give them a little bit of a new life. I thought I'd share with you, like I said during the video, that if you weren't a fan of the red, I just put some Barkeeper's Friend. It's not a sealed surface where they do this red on, so just some Barkeeper's Friend, put a good amount on there, walk away, let it soak, and with a toothbrush and a little bit of sandpaper, you can get that red off if, like me, you're not a fan of it. Now, after getting that red cleaned off, I just thought it just needed a little more. I glue lensed it. It's not one of these very rare crocks by any means. So I'm just going to be using the JRV crockery stencils that she has, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the wording just to give it a little something something. It's got that beautiful detail, but I think it's kind of hidden just by the color of this all. So popping some lettering on there, doing a little bit of coloring back where I'd taken the red off, making that black. Definitely, I think this will help this pop. So just taping this down as tight as I can get it because it's a round object. Yep, and then I'm just going to be using some apple barrel multi-use black paint and a makeup sponge from the Dollar Tree store with just a little bit of paint on it and gently going over just to make some lettering. After my apple barrel paint is dry, I will seal it in using a clear coat. This still can be removed. If you really want to take it off, you can still take it off. I didn't ruin it by any means, just added a little bit more visual to it. The rolling pin handles is as straightforward as it gets. I'm just going to be using some Dixie Belle Barn Red for the handles, just a little bit of paintbrush, and yep, I'm just going to get them painted up. Then to give them that, it's been used a whole bunch of times. Look, some sandpaper, some 220 sandpaper, just distressing where I think people's hands would have rubbed off the paint, and then sealing that in with some antiquing wax. I know there's many saying leave this little rooster red, but to open up my buyers, and just making that basic black that can fit into anybody's decor. Not everybody has red in their kitchen. So yep, just a little bit of spray paint, the Rust-Oleum paint and primer one, and then I'll just seal that in with some polycrylic, and this little rooster cubby is done. Now for the frames, I'm going to do that same Rust-Oleum, spray paint it back and front, and then seal it in with polycrylic, but I'm going to take it one step further. And I know some people are like, oh, but it was brass. Brass is not attracted in my booth at all. It usually just sits. So, and actually I want to use these as a backdrop decor pieces. I will put a price tag on them, but I definitely want them to be staging pieces also. I'm just going in and fingertip all those little accents, just using the Rust-Oleum, actually the accent paint in the gold. So at the time I'm making this video, I only got one of the Patina paints that I wanted to try out. And yes, I'm going to try out some Patina on these. They're already black. They're already nice as is, nice heavy metal, but I'm having a lot of fun playing with the Patina. So I'm going to start off with, on all the edges, all those sharp little corners, this rust. Now, when it comes to patina, I think a lot of it is the layering. So that rust is a little bit different than this rust that I'm using. Also, now this is a little bit more of a wax. So I'm just going to layer this color on top of that color. And then now I'm going to do another color layer. Now this is that bluish green. Now I want to make sure that I really don't get it onto the red because I know I will make green that way. Rookie mistake. I did that the first time on a milk can and my red and my blue made green. So I'm going to try to keep this on. I'm just going to fingertip this in. If I need a paintbrush, I'll go and get one. But yep, just going to go ahead and have fun. If we're not having fun crafting and making things over, what the heck are we doing? Yep, I'm going to keep going, and now I'm doing the silver. I'm going to blend all that together using some silver. And yep, I'll blend it one more time using some black wax. I definitely am having way too much fun. I do like this as is now that I'm editing, but when I was close up doing it, I just felt like it was so separated that it needed to be blended in. Now next up is this shiny owl. So I'm spraying it with that Rust-Oleum spray paint. Also that way when I go to paint it, it's going to give my chalk paint something to stick onto. If I just tried to paint that shiny, it might just keep coming off that shiny surface. So I'm going to give this little guy some Agave chalk paint. Oh my goodness, I really think that I'm going to be able to make his feather details pop using some textured paint. The texture paint is a 50-50 ratio of your paint and some baking soda. After that first coat is dry, I'm going in with a second coat. And I didn't mix any more paint in it or anything like that. It really covered well on the first coat. So I just want to make sure that I go back in and make sure that everything was covered. And I think this is the first time ever that I used every little drop. I made up just the right amount of paint. How often does that happen? Now I want to be able to put some waxes on to pop the details of all those feathers in his beautiful eyes, but I'm going to go ahead and seal this chalk paint in first using some polycrylic. So I get all set, I got my antiquing wax, I got my white wax, and then just in case it goes crazy, I went over and got my neutral of my clear wax, and then this is funny. I had so many more plans. I was going to layer all these waxes, blend them all together, but look at how beautiful he looked. Just soft brushing that on was perfect. So that's a case of you leave good enough alone. Now this next piece, just because what I wanted it to do doesn't mean it's going to do what I wanted it to do. Of course, I didn't mind that it was going to be a fake wood. I just didn't want it to go down to that MDF board that I knew was hidden underneath. So sanding the G off, nope, I went all the way through. So there goes that. I'm going to leave this wood idea. I'm going to get this all cleaned off, that sanding dust cleaned off, prep my surface because, yep, I'm going to use my Kills paint and primer to paint it white. Now after 3 coats on each side, because that's how white goes, I'm going to just do some simple grain sack stripings, just making sure my middle stripe is lined up with that hole in the top. I'm not going to put that big chunky rope back on, only because somebody might want to just hang it without that. They might want to lean it up against something, and that would just push it. So just easy for me, just cut it right off. Then after removing that center tape where I had butted up those other 2 pieces of tape, the center is where our paint is going to go, and I'm going to use the Dixie Belle's Coffee Bean. Now this is a nice darker brown color. At first I started using my JRB stencil brush, but I didn't like how it was making a swirl pattern. So for my second coat, I went over it with a sponge dabber. Now I like to use the assistance of the blow dryer to help dry my paint, and then also to reactivate that sticky from the tape that it doesn't pull off my white paint. The fun of grain sack striping is you can do whatever you'd like. So I'm matching up with my handle, so it's kind of corresponding with that. Eyeballing a space that I want to leave unpainted before I get to my next stripe, and then matching up on the other side a coordinating size to go with that handle. We'll seal both sides in after the coffee bean paint is dry with some polycrylic, and I'll give it a couple coats just in case somebody does want to like display food on it. Yes, polycrylic is safe after it cures. I hope you enjoyed today's thrift haul, and as always, tell me what item that I found was your favorite and what item I made over was your favorite. So thanks again for watching today's video, guys. And as always, if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. Your kind comments, giving our videos a like, letting YouTube know that you like this kind of content so they will recommend us. And if you're new and you're checking out our channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know when we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what I'm up to. Bye!